What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we got a 2011 Hyundai Sonata 2.4 liter GDI engine. We're gonna replace the spark plug. So we got the tools. Let's talk about tools. We got a torque wrench. We're gonna torque these babies to 16 foot-pound. We got ourselves a spark plug socket. This is a 5/8 drive. The size is 5x8. This is 3/8 drive socket made by Snap-on. We got a 1/2 foot long extension. We got our electric drill here with a 10 millimeter. That's what we're gonna need. Torque wrench. Like I said, we're gonna torque it to 16 foot-pound. We got ourselves some spark plugs. These are Denso Radium. There's a part number on these babies, so if you guys want to pick this up. And that's what these babies look like. And it's time for us to replace these spark plugs. Okay, guys. So to start this job, what we're gonna do is first of all, I'll put this guy right here. So if you got a bucket, it's not gonna damage your fender bender here. Anyways, pop this guy so it has grommets on it. So just lift it and yank it up. Same thing from the back end. You see how rough they are to come off, and the reason why they're rough is because they need some lubrication. Put some WD-40 or greasing here on these. 1, 2, 3, 4, or just put a tip of this, and this when you're done and before you put it on. That should make life easy. Anyways, down here we got ignition coil, ignition coil, ignition coil, ignition coil. Okay, so what we're gonna do is they all got 10 millimeters on them. We're gonna remove all the 10 millimeters, just losing them for now. Okay, and I'm gonna show you a trick, guys. Take the 4 bolts off, put them to the side. Okay, we don't want to see these over here. We don't want them on top of the engine block right there somewhere, because by any chance you drop them, they fall inside with the plug out, you're screwed up. So over here, what you want to do is you want to grab this ignition coil by the head here. You want to pull it. Just be careful with the wiring. You don't yank the wiring. So pretty much this wiring here probably going to give you trouble. But other than that, we should be able to, without disconnecting the connector on this coil, we should be able to just move it out of the way. Same with these. If you see any oil here, a lot of oil in the bores, that means your valve cover is leaking. There's a whole bunch of crap here, so that's something that you might want to look into cleaning. But I don't touch stuff like that. Okay, this looks crazy. It's like he parks under a tree. So here's the last one over here. So when you're yanking, just don't rip this cable apart. Okay, so just go gentle and easy and get this out of the way. And then what we're gonna do is, okay, I forgot one tool. You're gonna need a ratchet to go with this. So it's a 3/8 drive ratchet. So this baby goes in just like that, and the 4 rings. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys see this nice and simple job. Anyways, we're gonna turn this counterclockwise, loosen this baby up. Same thing over here. So for all 4 cylinders, we're gonna loosen them all up, okay, before we do anything else. There's one over here. So just 4 plugs in here. Once they're loose, what I want to do is I want to take my ratchet off so I could just turn the extension here. So this is one baby right here. If my socket is really old, if you got a brand new socket, you will have a plastic piece in here which will grab the plugs and pull out the plugs for you. And okay, so I switched up the angle on my camera. So pretty much I'm gonna loosen up all the plugs. And as we were speaking, we're gonna pull out those spark plugs. And if you got that plastic piece inside the socket, it should come out easily and smoothly. But if you don't, get yourself a magnet, or you could use an old ignition coil, stick it in there, it will grab your spark plug and come right out. But other than that, you're gonna need a magnet. So once they're loose, you're gonna be able to pull out the spark plugs. So this is what they look like. You see that? Usually go by the back end. So this is all shot. This plug is original in there. And 2, 3, and 4 plugs. That's what they look like. So we're gonna get the new plugs and put them in. But Here's our new plug. So make sure you check the depth of it. So it shouldn't be too long, it shouldn't be too short, just the same size. Check the gapping, and we're gonna get some anti-seize. Okay, so I'm not sure if my camera was recording, but we pulled out 4 spark plugs. It got all built up over here, it's burnt up. So pretty much I was explaining the plug got to be the same length, make sure the depth is the same. Anti-seize on the plugs is a good idea, so it's good for the next time. So do that to all 4 plugs. A little bit of anti-seize, and once you turn in there, it's gonna spread all over. A little bit of anti-seize. There you go. And after that, you don't want to toss the plug in there, so make sure you check the gap on each plug slowly with your fingertip. Just let it go down there. Check the gap with your fingertip, just slip it down there. Check your gap. Pre-gap them. Usually these Denzos are pretty good gapped on these Japanese, on these Hyundais and Hondas. Gapping is good. Okay, after that, what you want to do is you want to catch all the threads and snug that spark plug by hand. You don't want to put no tools on it. And here goes nothing. That's 2. Okay, this is 3. Okay. So question, somebody would ask me, how often would you do the tune-up? So something like this you could do every about 60,000 miles. A lot of people wait till 100,000. Even the dealer would say wait till, but I would say do it at 60,000 miles. And got them all nice and snugged in. And when you're doing this, you should change your PCV valve, which is located right here. I do have videos on that. PCV valve, air filter, and do your oil change together, everything. So my camera might wiggle a bit, but I gotta take out this tool. I got my torque wrench right behind it, so I'm gonna put something else in its place. Anyways, 16 foot-pound. My torque wrench is set already to 16 foot-pound. And what we're gonna do is, you're gonna feel the 16 foot-pound. There you go. It's not a lot, but it is just perfect for these spark plugs. There you go. So this plug needs more tightening before this can capture. There you go, 16 foot-pound. Same thing with this last one. Once this last one is tight, we're gonna start putting the ignition coils back in. There you go. Double, triple check, and that's tight. So I'm gonna take my camera and we're gonna put the coils in. So we got all 4 plugs in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So guys, if you got a cylinder misfire, I'm gonna explain to you a cylinder misfire. Replace ignition coil. If you got a cylinder misfire, you just need to pull back on this tab here, squeeze and disconnect this ignition coil, put on another coil. So if you got cylinder 1 misfire, it's here. Cylinder 2, 3, 4. P0 301, 302, 303, 304. Okay, it's very simple. Anyways, take your ignition coils, stick them in. One at a time, okay? A lot of people say, do you need to keep this in order? I do not care about the order. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, okay, I made a mistake there. That's a big mistake. You see how I'll put this ignition coil here, it was able to reach, but this ignition coil goes over here, okay? This connector's not in order as well. That would have caused a misfire. And this last one over here, you might have to play around with it. Now is the time. Okay, there's our old plugs over there, because I usually throw them on the floor. I don't want nothing on top of my engine block. So this babies, if you want to torque these, 5 foot-pound, but I do not recommend. It's a plastic, so you don't need to go crazy. And I'm gonna just smack these with my little electric drill. But make sure you catch the threads first. So we're pretty much done here, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Bada bing, bada boom. As I was saying, a little bit of greasing, all WD-40. I'm gonna grab some greasing over here. Okay, this thing is terrible. A little bit of greasing here would help. On this, on this, on this. And after that, your cover here should go in really easy and simple. What you want to do here is just make sure you line the grommets. Okay, there you go. And that's it. Bada bing, bada boom. Thank you for watching my video. See you guys in the next one. If you guys got any questions on the tools or the parts, send me a message. Bye-bye. So for this Hyundai cylinder firing order, the sequence, how to keep the engine in balance, it will fire cylinder 1 right after that 3, 4, and 2. So if we fire this one, and then this one, then this one, and then this one. But if you get a misfire in cylinder 1, P0301, P0302, P0303, P0304. So cylinder, you would change a coil on this one if it's P0301. 302 is this, 303, 304. But if you never had done your spark plugs, might as well change them out. Okay, after changing the plugs, I noticed the startup on the car is amazing. So you might want to do this if you haven't done this. The startup is amazing compared to how I started up before. It was lazy, slow start. This baby starts up really well compared to how I started up before. Anyways, that's it. The end of the video. This guy did his tune-up at 69,000 miles. So you've seen the condition of those spark plugs. Let me just show you one more time. I'm going to cut this off. Let me show you that one more time. And I did 2 tune-ups today. I got 4 plugs today. These are off the BMW. I knocked out BMW today. But this is what came off this. So look at that. See that buildup right there? That's all burnt. The plug itself didn't look so bad, the electroid, but still, it had to go. Okay, those were the 4 plugs of that baby. Anyways, take care of your tune-up. 60, 70,000 miles. Don't even wait for 100,000 miles.